And we are back on the Rodriguez Show. And we have our second special guest for this episode, returning for the first time since March 1st, 2019, Rocky Kuner. How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah, you know her as a singer-songwriter, the lead singer of YYNOT, creator of Belly Bell Jewelry. And she's performing at the Mint in LA January 6th, and you can get tickets for that now on her Instagram at rock_lobster LOBSTA 97. Right?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Yeah. So how you been? It's been a long time.
Oh my gosh, I've been really, really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, really genuinely happy and great, you know?
Yeah. I've seen ever since you were here, I just feel like, not because of this, not taking credit for it, but you've made a lot of steps ever since the last 2 years, right?
Definitely. Yeah. No, definitely. A lot of things have happened in 2 years. So much.
And the most recent thing was that you were on tour with YYNOT.
Yes. Yeah.
How was it?
Oh my God. Exhausting, for sure. Exhausting. But definitely like a learning experience. I'm like absorbing a lot of information from, you know, going from place to place and just driving for hours and seeing how much, I guess, like stamina I have, because it's kind of insane to like do show after show after show like for 3 days in a row or whatever. But
where have you been going?
A lot on the East Coast right now. Like mostly we've been flying into Newark about like 10 times this last 4 months. The last 4 months, we've been flying into Newark, and then we went to Nashville, we went to Florida, we went to Buffalo.
And so you fly into Newark and then you drive all over?
We drive, to Pennsylvania, like New York. Like we've been driving.
Yeah.
So
this night's for sure, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
oh my
crazy.
gosh, it's been insane. It's been crazy, but it's been really fun too. Like there's a lot of things that I'm learning and just experiencing, and it's cool. Yeah.
How is the COVID stuff? Like, how do they manage that while?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I got COVID like not too long ago. Probably because of how much traveling we've been doing and just like, you know, kind of draining my body of like energy basically. Like I've just kind of I've been as safe as I can, you know, but sometimes for the shows, like people don't wear masks. Like I don't sometimes, like when you're performing, it's kind of like you don't really wear a mask on stage and stuff, but I still, like, we would do meet and greets, and it just kind of got out of hand, I think, and a lot of people like just like showed up, and we thought like, oh, we'll be fine, like we're vaccinated. Nope. Like, nobody's safe here. Be careful, guys. But yeah, it's been interesting because less people show up too, you know? So like it's been tough, like, to get people to go to shows out there, but I think that, you know, for the given circumstances, we've been doing pretty well, like given the circumstances, you know?
And we talked about it last time. YYNOT started as a Rush cover band, but now you guys focus more on your originals.
Right.
Do you still do Rush covers?
Yes, totally. So it started like that. We were known mostly for the Rush covers. The guitarist had already kind of like started it as a little original thing. Like he did one instrumental song called YYNOT. Like that's why we're called that. And it was original, but he had that on YouTube, and then other people were like, you should do covers, and then they did covers, and then they had me and stuff. So shit's grown since then, for sure. But yeah, we still have a good majority of Rush covers in the set, mostly because of where we book ourselves. Like we kind of like the tribute thing gathers more new fans, so we get like a lot of people that don't know about us basically at shows just because of that, so that kind of helps us, you know. But we're trying to move towards more original stuff too, you know.
And I did listen to the newest single, and it's just an epic, like, powerful song. I really enjoyed it.
Dude,
it's in the same vein.
Yeah, I know. It's not released yet, but we have the physical CDs right now, and we've been selling them at shows. I should have brought you on. I like totally didn't even think about it. But I owe you one though. I owe you a CD. But it's out. You know, we have all of it out now. It's the third album, and there's a lot of different stuff on there, you know, like a lot of like more acousticy sounding stuff, like, but mostly in the same vein, you know. It's all kind of cohesive and stuff with the stuff we've already released and everything.
last time that you were here, you mentioned, we talked about how prog rock is more of a niche, you know. So who are the people that are going to the shows, and like what kind of energy is like that?
Rush fans. It definitely a lot of dads, you know,
older.
It's basically dad rock. Which is like, hell yeah, you know, like we love dad rock. Yeah, like middle-aged dudes, and sometimes they bring their wives because they just drag them there. Or there's actually girl Rush fans, and I'm just like, hell yeah, like come out, like come out of the woodworks, you know. Sometimes kids. Yeah. Sometimes there's little kids because the dads bring their kids. Because
it's like you said dad rock, but it's like that's where I got my music taste from, is my dad. So they're gonna pass it on to the younger generation.
Exactly. And I mean, like, you know, I feel like being the female in the band and stuff, like I can kind of speak to whatever kind of audience there is, like, because I'm young, but I'm also like a woman, and so like I can kind of relate to like an audience that's kind of lacking with Rush, you know, like Rush kind of doesn't have a lot of female fans, and most of the kids that like them grew up already, so like you know, it's kind of like we're keeping that alive a little bit, but we're also like opening the doors to other like potential fans that like probably didn't know about Rush but like would probably like them. And even with us, you know, it's like we have different sounding stuff. It's, I feel like it's a little more I guess like radio ready type of, you know, stuff. And so
they're not like 12-minute songs.
Yeah,
not all of them.
They're not too crazy. I mean, like they're crazy, but they're not like they're still palatable and like digest. You know, they're easy to digest, and I feel like they're, I guess, easier to understand. You know. Sometimes the Rush lyrics are a little out there.
They're out there
to understand the shit. You
have to like look up every single like line, and
literally.
So now, well, you're still working with YYNOT. Obviously, you know you're still touring. You stopped. There was a long tour, and then you stopped, right?
Yeah, we've been doing this for 4 months now, and then we had the last show of the year on Saturday, and that was in Santa Clarita, and then we have a break for December, and then January we go back to, I think we're here actually. We're going to be in San Juan Capistrano at the Coach House. And then we drive to Arizona after that. And then after that, in February, we'll be in Buffalo.
Oh, wow.
And so that'll be like Buffalo, and then fucking, I don't even know.
It's all over the place.
Somewhere. I don't even remember.
Right.
We have like
That's
3 shows.
Right,
we'll be at the Sherman in Pennsylvania. Yeah. So it's drives. Definitely a lot of driving.
A lot of road trips.
Yeah, lots of road trips. It's gonna be crazy.
But you're also kind of balancing your solo shows. One of them being January 6th at the Mint in LA. So how I mean, it's a different vibe. How do you prepare for something like that?
Oh yeah, well, practicing. You know, I've been playing with my dear friend here, Emmanuel, and we've just been hanging out, practicing, making sure, you know, arrangements are feeling good. And I mean, it's my stuff, you know, so this is stuff that I play all the time anyway. I mean, I haven't gigged in like maybe a year or something, you know, like my own stuff, so I'm really excited. But this is stuff that I just practice anyway in my room and everything, you know. But I've been kind of playing around with sounds, playing around with like a new guitar that I have. I mean, I'm not gonna use it for this, but I've been playing with my telly and then like messing around with pedals and stuff. I'm trying new things,
experimenting,
with guitar. I'm like, what do I want to sound like? I don't know. But yeah, no, it's easy for me because this is, you know, the stuff that I write, so it's more organic for me, you know. And
did you write a lot during the lockdown?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, kind of. Not at first. I think I was severely depressed in the beginning. And then towards the end, it's still fucking kind of in it, you know, but like it's kind of like I wrote a song in like maybe a year ago in December, and that was like one of the songs where I was like, I'm really proud of this, like this is cool. And then sometimes I just take a really long hiatus, like from, you know, writing. Like once I have one good, I'm like, oof, I don't know if I can top this for a while, you know. So like I kind of just practice it and feel it out and make sure. But I've mostly been recording during this, you know, pandemic and stuff, and that's been what what I've been focusing on is like arranging like the recordings and like what I want everything to sound like. really, working on that. And then I did recently write like 2 little songs, like little ditties. I put them on Instagram, because I was just like in quarantine, because that was when I had COVID, and I was bored as fuck, like, out of my mind. Like I was just like, what do I do? So I was writing, like almost every day for that. But then I wrote 2 songs, and I was like, all right, these are cool. And then I haven't written because I've been touring and just working a lot, but. Cool. Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the reasons why we were going to have you on last month, but it just happened to land on when you hit COVID.
This just happened to be great timing, but
it's happened multiple times, so don't worry about it with different guests.
No, I bet. I mean, it's super easy to get it now, it's like, it's crazy. But, dude, I'm happy to be here. I'm stoked to see you guys again.
Of course. So you said you were focused on recording. Are we gonna get an EP next year soon? When do you think that's coming out?
Yeah, probably next year. Probably in either the spring or summertime. Because that'll be soon. Yeah, like whatever soonest. I mean, I was gonna do February, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. So probably a few months after February. Just keep your eyes peeled. I guess I will announce things as it goes. But
will it be like a lot of like single work? Will you have like features on it or anything like that, or collaboration? Well, obviously, of course, you do it with Manuel here and everything.
I think it's mostly just me on there. I don't have any other artists on there, but I do have like a lot of instrumentalists playing with me.
Yes.
Like I have like my old band basically like that recorded it and like did their parts and stuff and got a lot of harmonies, but that's like me, so it's like, but it's mostly just my songs, because it's like I just want them out there, like it's been years. I've been sitting on this shit for years.
No, that's awesome. So, like as long as like you feel like it's good time to release that. It's like, even if it's old work, like it's
totally. It's old and new. It's like a mix, and I like picked my favorite ones of each songs that all the songs that I've written collectively. I was like, which ones to me feel the most like this is me and like who I am. Like if you're gonna have an EP of me first, like I want it to be like this is who I am at my core, and then after that it's like, all right, well fuck it, like let's have random people on my stuff, like I'm sure album wise, like I'm definitely like working on an album already, like so I'm definitely looking to probably feature people and stuff like that,
Nice.
But EP wise, it's just gonna be me, because I'm a narcissist.
No, that's all good.
It makes sense. It makes sense that you'd want to just release something that's very personal and it's very you, and that's exciting.
Thank you.
So you're passionate about a lot of things. One of the things that I saw on your Instagram and I've been following is Belly Bell Jewelry. How did that interest start?
So crazy. Also, I mean, I feel like during the pandemic, that was like kind of what I was kind of focusing on. But I have been wrapping jewelry for like a while now, like probably 5 years maybe, or like maybe less. I don't even know, maybe 4 years. But I was interested in making jewelry because I was buying other people's jewelry and I was like, this is so expensive. Like I can just make this. And so I just learned how to make stuff. And I was making jewelry for a while, and I think I just wanted to like make an actual website for it, because I never had a website. I couldn't do pop-ups anymore because everything was closed, like we obviously couldn't go outside for a while. So and I wanted to make it like affordable for people, because I know like the struggle. I mean, like I want to buy cute stuff and I can't afford like $40 earrings, you know what I mean? Like it's just ridiculous. And especially when it's like a crystal that you can buy for like maybe less than $5 basically at like any crystal shop, and then the wire's like less than that, like $2, for like a whole thing of it. Like I just learned how to do everything like by just looking at stuff, so I just wanted to make it accessible for people that are like me and don't have a lot of money to spend on everything, but they want to look cute, what I'm saying? Especially for people of color, people of color, like that's like my audience is like, that's who I am too. And I'm just like, look, I get it. Like I fucking struggle my whole life, so I want it to be like adornments for people that fucking deserve it, That's what's up.
Well, if they want to get any of the dope pieces, at bellybell_jewelry, I'll put that on the screen as well. And before we get into everything else, I wanted to ask you about you are potentially becoming a doula in the future. What's something that is a common misconception about childbirth? Because I know that
oh my god, there's so many.
There's so many, right?
That's a big one. A common misconception. I feel like, it's just that you have so many options.
Yeah.
You know, I could talk about this forever. But like, honestly, there's just so many options and so much information that people don't know.
Yeah.
And that people like to hide because it's like, you know, doctors don't want you to know certain things. Like a lot of hospital policies like aren't really law, you know, so there's not a lot of things that you have to do. But I think mostly it's up to the birthing person to like do their research on that stuff, you know, because it's like the more you know, the more you can handle the situations that come at you, because it's really hard to advocate for yourself while you're having a baby. Like it's I mean, it's ridiculous, you know, like you're already so focused on the pain and like trying to cope with it that when a doctor or nurse like comes in and asks you like, hey, do you want this thing, or like, are you know, can you sign this or what, you know, it's like, fuck, what the fuck, like I'm literally thinking of this, like I can't think of my insurance right now, like what do you mean, you know?
And especially I feel like, and I've heard a report about how women of color are more likely to be like, they just ignore what you're saying to them and they're like, we'll do what's best for you.
Okay, like I almost don't even want to be certified anymore, because my book, like in my book, it's like, yeah, so black people have a high pain tolerance. Yeah. And it's like, what? Like, how the fuck do you say that? Like, how do you, like, what?
Why is it okay to say that?
Yeah, like what? Excuse me? Like, how does that even make sense? You know, it's like, make it make sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like systematically everything is built on racism, you know? So it's just like, it's really hard to get out of that even in the medical field, you know? It's like you want to learn stuff, but then you know that all of it's just bullshit, you know? And so, I mean, as much as it is bullshit, it's like helpful information too, because it's like, I'd rather know more than less. But at least having a brain and like, you know, being able to decipher for yourself, like, oh, does this make sense? Just because it's in a book doesn't mean I have to like believe what this person wrote because somebody wrote this book, you know? But it's pretty crazy that the shit that they talk about. But I follow a lot of doulas on Instagram, like a lot of black doulas, a lot of black midwives, and like honestly, that's the community that I like the best, because they are very much a community and share a lot of vital information, and they have a lot more empathy and understanding when it comes to like being black and birthing in a hospital. I mean, it's fucking scary, honestly. I wouldn't want to do it, you know, and I'm not even black. So it's just like, it's scary, you know, but even just being a woman, or anybody really, any kind of birthing person, even trans, you know, it's like, it's fucking scary. Like people don't really value your life when it comes to medical stuff. They really do treat birth like it's a fucking emergency or like it's an illness. And it's not, you know, like it's a natural thing that happens. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of things that they do unnecessarily, like C-sections, like even Pitocin. I mean, Pitocin isn't always necessary, and a lot of people just agree to doing it because they don't know any better, you know, or they think because my doctor said so, I have to listen to my doctor. And the thing is, like, if you're paying attention to your body and you know your body well, like, and you're trusting the process, like, you don't have to do anything that they tell you to, you know, because it's usually a domino effect. It's like you get Pitocin, then the contractions are crazy, and then you're going to want an epidural because the pain's crazy. But then the epidural kind of blocks you from being able to use your body and, like, you know, get up or maneuver your positions and stuff. And so then it becomes harder to even move the baby down, you know? Wow. So it's just like, it's just the domino effect. And they know what they're doing, you know what I mean? They're just trying to make that money for the C-sections, you know what I mean? And it's easy to say that. It's easy to just be like, oh, well, labor isn't progressing, you need a C-section. And and that's how it usually goes. So my job as a doula is to like advocate, but also to educate the woman on that stuff so that they can make educated decisions. If they want to do that shit, I don't care. It's not up to me if they want to do it. It's their birth, it's their body, you know? But I'm there to give them resources, give them sources, give them information, and just the tools they need to navigate that shit, because it's tough, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like it's important to know, because there's a lot of people that, like, even a lot of our listeners, you know, maybe they're too young, or maybe they're thinking about having kids, and it's like, you should do some research as to like what that entails when you give birth, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I know you said you could talk about it all day, but we want to hear some music.
I'll go off.
And they can follow you on Instagram at rock_lobsternight7. You can see that on the screen. So last time, before we get to the performance in 60 Seconds With, I asked you, what you wanted to do. What was your ultimate career goal in terms of music? And you said you just wanted to be able to like make enough money to sustain yourself, tour and stuff. And I feel like 2.5 years later, you're kind of doing that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now?
I feel, it feels pretty weird, you know, like it doesn't, I mean, I don't know. I feel sometimes really disconnected from it, you know, because I'm like, I feel like I'm observing everything and I'm just like, oh my God, this is like happening. It's kind of weird. But I feel the same, you know, I feel the same way. It's like, you know, all I really want to do is make enough money to support myself doing what I love to do. And every day I'm working towards doing that. And you know, even though things are growing, even though things are happening, like it's easy to lose that stuff too. So as long as I'm working every day doing that, like that's all that really matters to me. And as long as I'm finding happiness in whatever it is that I'm doing. But yeah, I want to travel too. I think that part of it is like I want to travel and make money off of what I'm doing to support my travels and support myself or whatever it is I want to do. But yeah, definitely traveling's on the forefront too. I'm like, I want to like go everywhere, like right now because I'm single and I don't have any kids. Yeah.
This is the perfect time to do it.
Perfect time to do it, you know?
Well, that's great. You're doing all the right things. We're excited for you to continue, you know, being successful in music like you are.
Thank you so much.
And we're excited to hear the tracks. But first, time for round 2 of 60 Seconds With. We got some new questions here that we're going to start. You ready?
Okay, I'm nervous.
All right, 60 Seconds with Rocky. And we're going to start with cartoon character. Favorite cartoon character?
SpongeBob.
Favorite song right now?
Oh my God. Cryo Geyser. It's by Cryo Geyser. It's called Leech.
Oh, nice. One word to describe you when you were a kid.
Eccentric.
Do you have a hidden talent?
Got it. It's the whistle one, but I.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot. Indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Oh my God, hybrid.
Netflix, Hulu, or HBO?
Hulu, probably Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Hulu's.
I would say Peacock, but you didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Name of your best friend in high school?
Caitlin.
Jim Carrey or Will Ferrell?
Jim Carrey.
Favorite non-hip hop genre?
Folk.
Early 2000s hip hop or early 2010s hip hop?
Oh my God. Early 2000s.
Spotify, Apple Music, or Tidal?
I use Spotify, but I should use Tidal, honestly. You know.
And the last classic question: favorite thing about music?
Freedom. It's freedom.
And now 60 Seconds with Rocky on The Rodriguez Show.
Yeah, I did it. Ooh. I did it so much faster this time. I feel like. I was like more ready.
She was ready, yeah.
For the speed of it.
All right, guys, and now we're ready, featuring her friend Emmanuel. It's Rocky Kuner.
Thank you. That was Do You Feel My Energy? This is The Fool. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. 1, 2, 4. Life can be so up and down sometimes. If you don't see what's true, you're blind. You can sever, you confuse, meaning can be misconstrued. There's nothing someone can say you can't do. Others can't choose for you. Sometimes you'll just have to lose. To have the good, you must have the bad too. But when you're feeling in doubt, try going in, not out. Things have reasons why, but can mean nothing at the same time. If you don't like something, then change your mind. All it takes is a simple thought to attract abundance in your life. Experience leaves you confused, and colors you'll see different hues. Today you'll learn something you never knew. To make it art, you need a muse. A loveless life gives me the blues. Everything leads me to you. Remember to slow down and think. You're lucky just to be. Don't be cruel, don't play the fool. You know what you do to me. Wait and see.
Rocky Kuner on the Rodriguez Show. The kids are going crazy. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
You never let us down with those performances.
Just doing
Follow her on Instagram at rock_lobster97, right? Yes.
97.
On Instagram. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Emmanuel. That was great. That was beautiful. The guitar work. Both of you guys did an amazing job. All right, guys. That's it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep it funky. Keep it fresh. Keep it sexy. We out.
Bye.